Howdy-ho there, neighbors. It's me again. Alright, now we're into our second session of Let's Play Shadowrun Dragonfall Director's Cut. Now, quick little note. This is set in Berlin, which in Shadowrun world became an anarchist alcove, enclave, what have you, around the time of the Night of Rage, which is in 2039. The Night of Rage is sort of like Kristallnacht, only global. It's sort of a global anti-metahuman riot, and it was terrible. Thousands of people died. And during that time period, yeah, German government pulled back to Hanover as its capital and sort of wrote Berlin off for a while. That doesn't change until 2055, and I think this is actually before 2055, so this is during that period. It's interesting to note that Shadowrun's timeline goes forward as it releases supplements. So it has sort of a meta plot that continues forward. Now we're going back to the Cruzbasa. As you remember last time, we had just finished a really bad run and had to pull out, and the lady who ran the operation, Monica, got her head fried, and then we were jumped by security that was far, far tougher than anything we were told to expect. So, yeah. Now we're back in Cruzwasser to lick our wounds in an old tunnel system to get to the safe house. So we'll probably have a lot of talky bits here for a little bit while I figure out what's going on. Now, okay. Walking across the bridge. Sorry guys, we're in a washed out subway. Ooh. It's a nice washed out subway anyway. Climb up. And, oh look, there's a guy. We can go. Paul Amsel. Hey Paul, you want to talk to me? You step inside and the squalor of the disused U-Bahn tunnel gives way to the warmth of your safe house. The man waits inside, silhouetted against the dim fluorescent lighting. Something bad has happened, hasn't it? He steps forward, revealing a pale and expressionless face, light glinting off steel-rimmed glasses. Paul Amsel, your team's fixer and landlord, part deal-maker, part information broker, one of the most well-connected men in Berlin. He looks kind of unassuming, doesn't he? His eyes sweep across the team as he takes it all in. The grim faces, the hard stares, Iger's fury, Monica's absence. I had a feeling. How did she... His face has gone ashen. He swallows, takes a moment to chew on the words before spitting them out. How did it happen? Okay, so I got a couple of choices here. I'm going to go with the run was a setup. Dietrich, nice guy, lots of skin tats. He is our party shaman, I think. I've seen Monica hit black ice before. This was something less. Glory nods, her motions robotic and spare. Monica died of biofeedback-induced stroke. Iger. That's right. Iger thrust a gloved finger into your chest. And this idiot stood by and let it happen. I'm not going to defend it. Let's go with this. It's bullshit and you know it. No, I wasn't there. That's exactly the problem. If I'd been in your place, Monica would still be alive and with us. Instead, I left her with you, and now my friend is a corpse in a basement. Look, Iga. Pepper's right. You weren't stuck in that basement with us. You don't know how things went down in there. So do us all a favor and shut it down, okay? Shut it down? Fuck that. I gotta love this girl's attitude. She is all fire. Gotta love that. Iger turns to face Dietrich. She towers over him, but he stands his ground. I respect you, Dietrich. You know that. But you don't have my training. None of you have. Monica was good. She was the best, right? But she was also overconfident. She treated the job like it was a game. Do that long enough, you're going to get burned. Iger turns her focus back on you. If you'd been paying attention, you'd have figured all of this out on your own by now. You'd have known that Monica needed watching as much as that door. Enough, Iger. Amsel's voice is hoarse, his expression blank. Enough. Iger pushes ahead, heedless of the interruptions, her voice remaining measured, but there's fire in her eyes. How many seconds pass between Monica's first convulsion and her plug getting pulled? 4? 5? Do you know how much damage biofeedback can do to a Decker's brain in 5 seconds? Let's see. What's the proper response here? I want something dwarvish. Something angry. Yeah, let's go with how dare you. Let's go with that. You don't have an answer to that. Of course you know. Monica died while you stood there and watched. This is all your... I said that's enough. Amsel's voice comes up in a roar and first smashes down on the desk behind him. Iger, you and Pepper can have it out later, but I've had enough. We need to talk action. Our client sent you into something much bigger than he had led us believe. I want to know why. Right there with you. This was supposed to be a milk run. Payback isn't the only reason why we need to find him. We saw something back there. Something that we weren't supposed to see. It's fair to assume that we're all still in danger. Yeah, Gloria's kind of a cold girl. She's mostly metal, so that's not surprising. Just really low on the humanity scale right now. Paul Amsel, he pauses, rubs his temples. Agreed. And to neutralize that danger, we need to know who we are dealing with. Let's review the events that transpired tonight. The smallest details could be important, so hold nothing back. Yeah, let's go ahead and reveal the information. Monica lived long enough to say the name Flaschwing. I am probably butchering that. I don't speak German, but I think it says Flaschwing. She fought hard to tell us it must be important. Amsel seems taken aback. He pauses for a moment before wondering. The fire wing. This is unexpected. You'll have to forgive me. This brings back many unpleasant memories. Okay. We'll forgive you. Sorry. The fire wing. The most terrible of the great dragons. There are those who would disagree, but they never experienced the terror of living in her shadow. Glances at Glory. You are far too young to remember her, of course, but the Germans of my generation, the name Fireswing is synonymous with chaos, destruction, and death. See, that's pretty ominous. That's some good, solid, ominous, foreshadowing. We maybe don't want to mess with the dragon. We're totally going to mess with the dragon, aren't we? Of course we are. Dragons of today are subtle creatures full of patience and guile. Fireswing was not. After her awakening, she went on a 4-month rampage that claimed tens of thousands of lives. Well, that's charming. Okay. Amsel takes a deep breath, slowly releases it. There is a haunted look in his eye. Those were dark days. Countless men and women, children were slaughtered, roasted alive in their homes by a creature of legend. No hope of salvation and no end in sight. It was a horror that you cannot begin to understand. What stopped her? I can't imagine that a rampaging dragon would just go away on its own. That's a good point. No one's screwing with me. I can set fire to everything. I think I'll set fire to everything. Eventually, the Firewing was brought down by a man named Dr. Adrian Vauclair. Well, with the help of the Luftwaffe, of course. But it was experimental weapons designed by Dr. Vauclair that finally pierced her hide. She fell in a hail of bullets and rocket fire and crashed down in a radioactive wasteland of the SOX. This event was called the Dragonfall. Safe at last from the dragon's wrath, Germany celebrated Vauclair as a hero. Our own Siegfried, a modern-day dragon slayer. My own family practically worshipped the man. If the Dragonfall was so important an event as you make it out to be, I'm surprised I've never heard of it. Those early years of the awakening were traumatic, Iga. Not just on a national level, but a global scale. New species of awakened animals were being discovered daily. Within 2 years of Dragonfall, the active use of magic had returned to the world, a new source of terror for a bewildered public. And 2021, sudden emergence of orcs and trolls gave rise to yet another wave of global panic. In light of such turmoil, is it any surprise that Dr. Vauclair and the Firewing were forgotten? Dragons were yesterday's news. I do kind of wish they'd had the voiceover done on this. Rubs his temples. Again, all of this happened decades ago. The best of my knowledge, the story of Fireswing is a bit of historical trivia and nothing more. Alright, so Monica spent her dying breath trying to tell us all about a long-dead dragon. Iger sweeps her eyes across the group, searching for a glimmer of insight. Finally, she gives up. Any ideas as to why? Amstel's voice trembles with frustration. No, it doesn't make any more sense to me than it does to you. The Dragonfall is ancient history. Fireswing, I really want to know how to pronounce that correctly. Fireswing? I'll have to look it up. Has been dead and gone for 42 years. But there's one thing that I do know. Whatever Monica saw, whatever she was trying to tell us, it was important. He visibly struggles to calm himself and takes a deep breath and then slowly releases it. I will look into this. I will find the answers. In the meantime, did you turn up anything else of value? The estate was just a front for whatever was going on. Basement. After everything went to hell, we were confronted by an orc in military-grade armor. Let's go with the estate was front. That is much clearer. Some minor enterprise either. The facility took serious funds to build. And time. There was more of it than we saw. Places like that don't spring up overnight. All in secret. The owners, whoever they may be, were none too pleased by your escape, I'm sure. What else did we find? Everything went to hell. We were confronted by an orc in military-grade armor. He sucked. Seriously. He appeared to be the head of security. I hit him with a lot and only got him down to half. That is not much to go on. Do any details about this orc come to mind? Any distinguishing features that you can look into? He was an older guy, for one. From the sound of his voice, I'm guessing mid to late 40s. Pretty old for an orc. And he had skin grafts. Most of his face looked like a replacement material. If the grafts came from a legitimate hospital, there may be medical records. Yeah. We're getting all detective-like. Paul himself. That is something. I will see what I can find out. Did you note anything else during the run that may be of value? That's all we've got. It's not much. Amsel nods. His face is drawn and haggard. It is thin, I agree. A basement, a middle-aged orc, skin grafts, and a long-forgotten world event. Wait, we're still missing something. Who paid for this run? Who sent us? That's obvious, but why? I warned her. I told her not to take this run, but she assured me it would be a cakewalk. You didn't bring it to her? No, she set up the whole thing herself. Monica was approached recently by a man who calls himself Green Winters. He used to be a prominent activist in the F-state political scene. I never much liked the man, and I certainly never trusted him. But Monica, she would do anything for her cause, anything for the Flux state. He says. Winters swore that the data he was after was crucial to ensuring the future stability of the Flux. Okay, guys, here's a hint. If somebody wants to make the Flux state more stable, they need to relook into the naming of that state. Because Flux state and stable usually don't go well together. Just gonna put that out there for you. We need to track down Monica's client and press him for information. Yes, most definitely. It is clear that Green Winters has involved us in something much larger than he led Monica to believe. When he finds out what happened on the run, he's probably going to rabbit. We need to chase him down before that happens. So we need information on Green Winters, and we need it fast. There's a man in the Kuzbasar, a Turk, Altug Barakazi. Barakazi. Ah, okay. Altug Barakazi. He owns a little soy calf shop just down the way called Cafe Sevs? The language barrier on this one's going to be rough. This man is also a purveyor of information. I've done business with him from time to time. And you think he would know something about the Green Winters? When I discovered Monica's renewed association with Green Winters, I contacted Altug. One of his people has been keeping tabs on Winters ever since. Pragmatic. Yes, tell him I sent you. I'll do what I can to dig into the information that you've uncovered already, sparse though it may be. Oh, okay. I got karma. And everybody's going to the different corners. Ooh, puppy! As you start towards the safe house door, a large four-legged form steps from the corner. Dante, Monica's dog, an enormous mongrel of indeterminate breed. A low whimper emerges as he enters the room, head saying, "Oh, aw, poor puppy." Oh shit, Dante. Don't worry, boy. We'll look after you. The sight of Monica's dog, Amsel's eyes well up. He inhales but can't quite catch his breath. He started whimpering about an hour ago, turned into a full-blown howl, wouldn't stop. Kept. Closes his eye. That's when I realized something bad had happened. Looking down at those huge brown eyes, you see intelligence and sadness. He lets out a small whine and rubs his head against you. Scratch Dante behind the ears. Okay, so now I have a dog. That's cool. Well, perhaps part of Monica lives on in Dante. Return to the safe house when you're finished with the Altug Manfred. With a little luck, we can help us locate Green Winters and we can get to the bottom of this. And now I think we should all take a moment for Monica. Yeah, I don't have anything to stash, do I? Do I want to talk to Iger? Not really. Okay, now's a good time to look at that karma, because I can spend that and increase my skills. So there's that. I should do that. Alright. I can improve my quickness, that's always handy. Improve my dodge. Dodge is actually not a terrible idea. I don't like getting hit. Improve my melee weapons. I could do a pommel strike. That'd be kind of cool. Throwing weapons. Let's see. Let's go with this. Alright, so I've upped my close combat. So I can't raise this until I've raised this higher. And I can't raise this above what my strength is at. So I need to remember that going forward. But yeah, I picked up thrown weapons as a thing, because now I have ranged attacks, but I don't have to use a gun to do it. So there's that. Let's go ahead and close that up. Now, where was I? I could talk to Dietrich more, but I think I just want to go outside. Oh. Apparently, we have a museum. That's kind of cool. Dwarvish tech vendor smiles at you with a practiced ease, her almond eyes twinkling glare of the dozen trid screens. She speaks in a clipped, heavily accented German. Welcome to Data Haven. Can I help you with something? Just browsing, don't mind me. Let's see, where am I? Yeah, it's probably the soy cat place. Yeah. Alright. Soy cat place. For those who don't know what soy calf means, it's basically coffee. It's coffee made with soybeans, because that's how we roll in this place. John Goldenschmidt. Hello, my friend. Voice comes out of the man in the chair, as enormous as the owner, deep booming roar, dripping with unrestrained mirth. A fine day for Soykov, yes? Yes, it certainly is beautiful. Every day is a fine. Don't mind the fool in the chair. He roars like a traumatized walrus, stewing all day in his own sweat. The man behind the bar glares at Goldsmith, his upper lip curled in disgust. I tolerate him because he only takes his soykef by the bucket. Goldschmidt responds with a raucous belly laugh. Apparently he finds the shopkeeper's insults to be hilarious. Ah, Altag, mein Freund. You are quick-witted and sharp-tongued as ever. I bow to you. Once again, the shopkeeper comes in. To bow to me, you would first have to vacate your chair. The shopkeeper claps his hands together, clasping them in front of his chest. I shall summon a team of determined young men and an ox to assist with the task. With luck, you will be on your feet by nightfall. Wow, these guys are a hoot. Goldschmidt smiles up at you with small eyes. Enough of this senseless bickering. You have approached me for a reason, yes? Tell me, what can Jan Goldschmidt do for you? Yeah, I don't want to pick a fight with a guy. Thought I'd buy it. Alright, Paul sent me. Ah, very good. I'm selling my appreciation for his patronage. If he needs any more catering jobs seen to in the future, I'm always happy to provide. He knew for a friend of his, Herr Winters. I believe I want to hear all about it. Offers you a smile. Of course, Herr Amsel is too kind. Yummy, gum. A young woman bustles from the back room. Her gum chewing is loud enough to hear over the noise. The coffee grinders, Borgasi, spits something out in rapid-fire Turkish. As you wish, Uncle. I will see to it right away. Camry offers you a shy grin, snaps her gum, and hurries back to the room that she came from. Okay. My girl Cammy is arranging to make contact with the chef as we speak. This will likely take some time. My chef is a busy man. While we wait, I wonder if you would be so kind as to run a small errand me. A trifle, really. I hate to trouble you. I'm embarrassed to even ask, but I would be most appreciative of your help. Okay. I could be grumpy, but I think I'm going to get more out of this if I'm just friendly. So, of course, yeah, Bragazi. No trouble at all. The errand is simple, hardly worthy of you. I have installed a number of data taps to the Berlin fiber optic network as part of my civic duty, you understand. These taps provide free matrix access to all who live in Großwasser. Ah, that's nice. In order to maintain their anonymity, each tap protocol buffer must be reset every few days. I simply wish you to visit each data tap and reset it. Simple enough. Yes, it's a simple job. Time-consuming and a bit tedious, perhaps, but simple. Just reset the taps and come back when you are finished. There should be 3 of them scattered around the neighborhood. The first one is just outside. Look for them in the blocks with yellow arrows pointed on top of it. At the time you return, I should have the information Amsal requested. Okay, so this is a wander around and find out about the world kind of thing. Fairly typical sort of thing. Alright, well there's the data tap, so I'll just run over there. There's the buffer. Who's this? Hello. David? Is it David Banner? Because if it is, I'm leaving. Just gonna put that out there. You recognize him as David, one of the Großwasser's street kids. If you had to guess, you'd place him in his mid-teens, though it's difficult to tell between the grime and the acne marring his face. You've seen him following Monica around between runs, tracing heels like a lost puppy. She always seemed to have a soft spot for the kid. Oh, holy Pepper. Have you seen Monica around? I've been looking all over for her. Not gonna be a complete dick, but dwarf. She's dead. Not a complete dick. I'm sorry, kid. We all are. Yeah, look. I think I want to be alone right now. Talismonger shop. Ooh. Good to know where that is. I'm thinking I don't want to go into the subway. I don't know why, but I'm in the subway. Not going the same route. Gunari Metalbach. Sure. Hi, Gunari. Anything I should know, Gunari? Romani Patriarch is an impressive figure, an enormous man in the late 60s, burly and broad-chested despite his age. Davan Bakstadorf, you're here to conduct some business? If so, I welcome you to Medbach Arms and Ammunition. If not, keep right on walking. I have cash and I need weapons. thrown weapons. Ooh, katana. I could get a katana. I could go for that. Let's see. So yeah, I gotta say I like the layout of the place. Very dashing. Zach Flash, huh? What do you do, Zach? Clearly seen better days. His skin is weathered, emaciated, as though he's been shot tightly over his frame. Track marks line crooked. Cheerful enough, Elf fixes twinkling, bugged-out eyes on yours and offers you a broad smile, displaying a set of impossibly white teeth. Then he speaks to you, his voice surprisingly deep. Guten Tag, mein Freund. You're here for some magic because Zach Flash, gestures at himself with a dramatic flourish, is your magic man. I might be interested. Cocks his head off. Might be able to help you. No, I don't want a street drug. Bitch. Ooh, another one of the thingies. Alright. Hello. Dim light, dying lamp. A waif of a girl looks far too worn for her years. Mother Superior, she says there will be 7 for me to care for. I need to see them. I wasn't aware of any convent or church nearby. She says I'm to be a governess to the children. You know, the Chipjack person. Anyone isn't really here. Need money to get back to them. The story sounds familiar because it's the sound of music. Monica. I don't like this, but I can't switch it off. Okay, that's sad. That's also a little creepy. I'm not gonna... Alright, so she's addicted to BTLs. She will go to heaven. She told me it's a place for good people, stillborn babies, and childhood pets. And she was a good person. Okay. Mumbles to herself while a finger in her hair that covers the jack in her head. I need to rejoin the children. Okay, yeah, that was not fun. Oh, look. Bizarre monument tower before you, atop of the pedestal form of angel stands, its outstretched rings looming over the small park, but the material is strange and uneven, giving the statue a cold Frankenstein-esque appearance. It appears that the artist has welded this monument together from various metal scraps and pieces of junk. As you approach, a small, grimy monitor at the base of the statue flickers dimly to life. The grainy face of a smug young orc appears on the screen. Hello there, I'm Herbert Gunzel, creator of this monument. What would you like to know? Let's see. Statue's name. Tribute to victory. The victory of anarchy is both citation and parody of the statue we destroyed some 20 years ago. You may remember it from the history treads of Siege Sal, or God as. About the artist, a visionary, Herbert Gunzel from Lindwormer. You might know me from. Okay, well, there isn't much to know me for yet, but I intend to change that. Installation history, Siegassel, monument to the hubris of the Prussian state, gets blown to bits. So someone takes a lot of bits and builds a monument of hubris of that. I mean, what's more to say? Okay. That's kind of cool. I kind of wish it was, phone ringing? Pick up the phone. Adjusted voice begins speaking almost immediately. The Schocken will write his contract for this keys is no more. Pepper is listed as follow-up contact. This is our only secured line to the keys. Please listen to the following instructions carefully if you are a supporter of the cause. Continue listening. We have phone booths in strategic locations throughout the city. Within each, you may find a request posted for specific information. You can obtain a copy of this information, return here, and submit it to the port below the receiver. We will verify the authenticity of the information remotely and post an undockered copy of it to the Matrix ourselves. It is our stated goal for this information remain free to all. However, you will be compensated for sought-after information returned to this location. I'll keep an eye out. Alright, there's that last one. Small homemade receiver to the system and earplug dangles receiver. Sound of heavy machinery makes it difficult to hear the words are being spoken. After a moment, you find you can make out two distinct voices. A nasal woman who sounds like a heavy smoker and a man who speaks in high-pitched, breathy tone. Just heard Monica need to verify. Good for us. Continue listening. Sounds like a conveyor belt starting, adds to the noise of machinery. You can't make out anything else until it comes to a stop a minute later. Think our next step. Yeah. Wait. Isn't ready to make a move yet. To be patient. See who steps up. Could be someone more. More conveyor belt starts up. All you can hear is the sound of machinery. Continue listening. Some motorized vehicle starts up, drowning out everything else. Bells ring loudly again. It sounds like a telephone. You hear the sound of doors slamming shut, and the noise of machinery is suddenly muffled. There's a rattle of plastic, and the ringing stops. As a woman's voice can be heard again in the sing-song tone. Guten Tag. How may I help you? Her tone changes, becomes more businesslike. I heard. Silence. Yes, he knows. I told him it wasn't time to make our move yet. What do you think I am, an idiot? The council needs to meet again. I know. Getting everyone in the same room is challenging. Getting them to agree on a course of action is going to be even more challenging. From my perspective, the Kusambasa was only stable because of her. If she really is out of the way, well, we'll see, won't we? Yeah, I know. What can I say? Things go slow in flux sometimes. You hear the sound of the door opening again. Cacophony of machinery fills the line. Can't make out anything more. Okay. So Monica's a bit more important than initially thought. That's something. Talk to this guy. For you stands a troll, though it's a stretch to say it. Standing at all, his great mass is barely held upright by two vintage prosthetic limbs, along with a crutch under each arm. His body clicks and hums with every shift of weight. Despite this disability, his eyes are sharp and calculating. I know you. You know, Monica. Sure. You're one of hers then? I'm Pepper. That name I should know. Something you should know about Monica. How'd you know? Always comes around after a run to check on everybody. She's long overdue. Either severely wounded or outright dead. Which is it? Apparently survives in his prosthetics complaint. So he lets loose a heavy sigh. Now that is a shame. She was a hell of a runner, that one. And a good friend. I love you, B. So apparently everybody liked this girl. And we got her killed. So there's that. Guten Tag, Dorf. Can I help you with something? You run a charity of some sort? Yes, it isn't much, but we do what we can, such as any specifics. Counts off his fingers. In the past several years, I have established shelter where the dispossessed can sleep, a soup kitchen to feed the hungry, a library for the people of the Kusambasa to better themselves. It isn't much, I admit, but it's a start. A good start. Samuel, you mustn't push yourself so limit to one man, even a determined man can accomplish. This is through. Thankfully, some of the residents I have helped over the years have come back around to help me. I've got 15 assorted orcs and trolls from all around Kusambasa working for me now. They help me man the soup line, stock the library shelves, and do all the 100 other little things that a community organization needs every day. These extraordinary individuals are living proof that what we can do around here has value. They are my inspiration to continue forward. He sounds like a nice guy. Now, do you have any more questions? If not, I will bid you good day. I don't wish to sound self-important or rude, but there are many pressing matters. Are you accepting donations? Yes, of course. Of course, these concepts are not unrelated. As poverty rates increase, so does crime rate. Assisting the needy increases the quality of life for all. No big deal, Sam. Be good with it. Huh. So it's like a Kickstarter thing. May have actually been deliberately Kickstarter-esque. Just passing by. Yeah, I'll check in on that organization later. That's the safe house. So I need to go back here. Let's take a look. Okay, I think I'm going to wrap this up because it's been about an hour. This has been my second playthrough, and as you can see, I didn't get any fights. I got to see a lot of the city, though, which is kind of cool. And talk to some characters and get some details. So, it's a neat little place. This is a very roleplay heavy version of the game as far as where they're at on this. So, I think next time I'll probably be able to get into a fight and you know, go beat up some bad guys, because I want to beat up some bad guys. But they've done a good job of building a wonderful atmosphere. It's very well designed. Levels that look really cool, and NPCs that are interesting and have personalities and agendas. I like it. So it's good work on that, I think. But I'm gonna call it a day on that one, and try and come back again later and do some more maybe next week. I hope you guys enjoyed this, and subscribe, like, share with all the people, and go play some Shadowrun. Wait, chummas. Have a good one.